We're down to our last singularity, fellow masters. Babylonia, the land where the wise king of Uda, Gilgamesh, reigned. He'll certainly bring many challenges, that is for sure, but there's more to come. Not only do we have the singularity to clear, but we still have a slew of events to go through, and all of it culminates to the end of FGO's first arc. It may appear overwhelming at first, but not to worry, I'll do what I can to help you out in the end. Welcome, fellow masters. My name is Musaki from Chaldea Gurus, and this is a guide to the end of the year. Let's start with events. At the time of this recording, we have Prisma Cosplay event swiftly approaching. If you do not have plans to do this event after the grind of Summer Part 2, I highly advise against that. Not only will we get some good Ascension materials, but you'll get the infamous Chloe von Einsburn as a free 4-star archer for finishing the event. You've probably heard a lot of people talk about her and just how good she is, and I'm here to tell you that she's better than you think. Keep in mind that in JP there has not been a rerun of the Prisma Cosplay event in 2 years. This is an opportunity that we might only have once, so definitely make sure that you take part in this event. Now in terms of reruns, there will be 2 this year, Halloween and Christmas events. Next year you will see a whole lot more reruns, but we'll go over that in December. As far as other events this year, we have NeroFest making a return with a lottery system akin to the Christmas events. The Emperor Nero Claudius herself has requested she be the one to tell you about this year's wonderful tournament, so be on the lookout for a special transmission from her Golden Theater. The reruns of last year's Halloween event and this year's new Halloween event are up next, both of which will give you free copies of Elizabeth Castor and Elizabeth Saber, as long as you complete the event. The craft essences from these events are also very good, but I will talk about them later. I mentioned Christmas earlier, but yes, last year's Christmas event will return along with a new Christmas event for this year. Santa Altar is the welfare server from last year, and this year you get Santa John d'Arc Altar Lily, Lancer. That's pretty decent overall. Between the two, the lotteries are going to get real draining real fast, so get ready for some grinding like you wouldn't believe. We should also talk about the possible servant raid-ups that you have to look forward to as well. Please note that this is only an educated guess using the information from the JP server. NA servers can change things up on us and aren't necessarily chained to their JP counterparts, so please be advised. Servers you can expect to be available in September are Nero Claudius, Nero Claudius Bride, Jean d'Arc Altar. There's also a chance that for a week you can roll on class-only banners. This is not guaranteed, but if you want a specific class to serve it, you can give it a whirl. For October you have Tamamo no Mai, Carmilla, Tamamo Cat, Vlad III Extra, and Cleopatra. Around this time, Fate Extella came out in JP, so they released a banner with all of the servants featured in Fate Extra. We may not get this banner, but be aware that it could be released here. For November, Knights of the Round Table banner, Jack the Ripper, Nursery Rhyme, Marie Antoinette, Amakusa Shiro, Altera, and Ishtar. And finally, for December, hold on to your wallets, Gilgamesh Castor, Enkidu, Medusa Lancer, Gorgon, Quetzalcoatl, and of course,
it's me. I know, breathe it in.
If there's a servant on the list that you want, it's best to save for them before their banner comes up. In addition to servants, there's some good craft essences to keep your eye on. Magical Girl of Sapphire, a craft essence that is joining in the Ilia banner with the Prism Cosplay event. With a 40% starting MP gauge and 25% MP gain, this is an art service dream. Halloween Princess. The rerun of Halloween brings one final chance to get this craft essence. At first it gives 30% MP gauge and it increases MP strength by 15%, but when max limit broken it gives 50% Noble Phantasm gauge and increases Noble Phantasm strength by 20%. It only requires you to grind for 1 copy since shop will only have 4 of them. Brave Hero Ellie-chan's Quest. Another event shop craft essence will prove very useful, especially for those who live for the Buster memes. Giving 20% MP strength and 10% Buster performance, you'll find yourself hitting much harder if you have a Buster Noble Phantasm. Rula Martha is the first servant that comes to my mind as a perfect fit for this craft essence because of her 3 Buster cards and her JoJo meme Buster Noble Phantasm. Holy Night Supper. Moving on to the Christmas craft essence, Holy Night Sign is great for quick focus servants, but there are better CEs out there. Though, Holy Night Supper is extremely good. If you haven't noticed, craft essences that give you starting Noble Phantasm gauge are very good, and when this is max limit broken, you get 50% Noble Phantasm gauge, and Noble Phantasm strength by 15%, critical strength by 15%. This is godlike. You should definitely aim to max limit break this as soon as you can. Put this on Jolter, put this on Chloe, put this on Robin Hood. Seriously, you will do so much damage. I am not taking responsibility for any murder charges you'll be charged with once you slaughter those enemies. Demonic Bodhisattva. Back to the summoning craft essence, this one is quite unique. Giving 50% Noble Phantasm gauge is already good enough for some craft essences. It's 10% away from imaginary elements. But the unique effect is that it increases Noble Phantasm overcharge level by 2 for one time. For those of you who didn't quite get that Oki to Noble Phantasm 2, like yours truly, this is a good way to get around that. It gives you the bonuses of having multiple copies of a servant, but only for one time. And to this date, there is no other craft essence that has this effect, and it comes out near the end of the year. If you like it, get it. Otherwise, you may get lucky when you roll in Story Banner. And lastly, I'd like to talk about the Mana Prism Shop craft essence, one specifically, Chaldea Lunchtime. Why am I talking about this craft essence? Like Mona Lisa, this is a craft essence that Da Vinci will sell that is a must for any master. It gives 2% bomb points, but when max limit broken, it gives 10% bomb points. This is huge since the only other comparison is the New Year craft essence that gives 50 bomb points. Not 50%, 50. Getting to bond level 10 will give you that sweet bond level craft essence specific to that servant. Some are great, while others, well, yeah, let's not talk about that. But there's another reason why bond points are important, and that is on our next section. We are not going to get into spoilers here, but bond level is important to the final chapter of the year, Solomon. Starting at bond level 6, servants will get bonuses to their power similar to Rashomon, but you don't need a silly craft essence to power you up here. If you have your servants at a bond level 10, it'll give insane amounts of damage. For the whales out there who grind quite a bit, you should be pretty set on this, but for the more casual player, you will be tested if you come unprepared. Grab Chaldea Lunchtime, all 5 copies, max limit break it, and while you're grinding events, grinding for XP cards, grinding QP, and grinding for Ascension materials, you'll slowly get your way to Bond 10. We'll talk about this section more in depth when we get closer to the Singularity, but we won't have much time to cover it once we get there. It is imperative that you level your servants, ascend them as far as you can, and yes, work on leveling their skills. Your servants will reward you for your dedication. And then? Well, and then, we'll prepare for 2019. If you like this type of video, let me know in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about the rest of the year as a whole. I'm very interested to see what you guys think. Anyhow, I'm Musaki from Chaldea Gurus, logging out.
Thank you for watching the video, Senpai! If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to be notified. Want to support us even more? Feel free to go to our Patreon and check us.
Special thanks to the lovely names on the screen, and especially special thanks to our patrons DevenLuca, Lucky Number 5, YasashiiFuyu, the voice of St. Quartz, AD876, Zamian347, Outlaw, Black Knight 21, Reeniko, Ravenleaf182, Merlanda, Project Xeon, and NelCelestine.
You masters are truly awesome. Now good luck and fight hard, Senpai!